Honestly, I'm actually kind of scared, but we are gonna be doing it anyway. I've done so much. Okay, you guys, so today is something that I want to share with you guys that's been on my heart for such a long time. For the past 25 years, I have been a makeup artist, and for the past 15 years, I have been a solo entrepreneur. And normally I work with people one-on-one and have great conversations with them. But for a long time, I've been thinking about what is one thing or something that I can do to reach a broad scope of a lot of women. But I was thinking, how can I uplift more women than just one that is sitting in front of me? Now let me go back. So I graduated high school in '99, and back then I thought I wanted to be a graphic designer. I was in yearbook and I liked designing all of the layouts of the book. And at that time I was even working for a company, like working in an office designing swatch cards for the company. And also I thought it was something that I was going to do for the rest of my life. But then I felt the calling of working with people. And at that time, I didn't wear a lot of makeup, so I wasn't sure of becoming a makeup artist. One day I was at a bookstore and I came across a makeup book and saw the different transformations on one person, and I thought, wow, that's really cool to see. And at that time, there was no internet, so I self-taught myself how to do makeup by reading books, and I didn't have any classes or anything, because classes back then would be like an actual school, and that would be like around, I think, 20,000 or something like that. And at that time I thought that was just too much. I used to take pictures with me of makeup work that I did for my camera, and then I would put it on a layout on a book, and I would explain what were the products were and what I did on each model that I worked on. My goal at the time was to work for MAC Cosmetic, but I was kind of intimidated because I'm a self-taught makeup artist. Like, who would hire me? So I thought to bring my book and go around to different counters first and see if someone would hire me. I honestly don't know how it is today with applying for jobs, but at that time I had a book with all my portfolio of all of my makeup looks, and I was dressed as if I'm already working there, so that way they can have an idea of how I would look like if I work there too. So basically I played the part as if I'm already working there. Eventually I ended up working for MAC after working at Lancome, Prescriptives, and Clinique to get some experience. I remember the day that I got the job at MAC. I was so crazy excited. It was only a 15-hour position, and I thought, I was getting offered a full-time position at Lancome. No offense to Lancome, but at the time my goal was to work for MAC because it was about the artistry and makeup artistry, and it was like the poppin' and busiest counter to work for at that time. So yeah, when I got a call that it was a 15-hour position, I thought, well, at least I'll get my foot in the door. And a few months have passed and I ended up getting a full-time position. I was really great with customer service. I even had a lot of clients who would write comments about me, and inside Nordstrom they would honor like comments and reviews from customers, and they put mine up on the wall along with my picture. And then Orange County MAC had recognized me as well, and they took my picture and they talked about me during trend. Like, we had classes of update and they talked about my success and how I was really good with people. And it's crazy to think because, you know, I'm kind of introverted. It doesn't seem like it, but I am. But I love working with people. I just find them so fascinating. I love all the stories that they share about their journey, where they're going through in their life, and I've always just been fascinated about hearing different perspectives. And I loved working there, but I still felt like I wanted to do more. And so I thought I wanted to work in a salon environment, and I decided to go back full-time to get my cosmetology license. And not gonna lie, that was actually scary for me because I was doing well at MAC. So why would I want to leave something that I was doing well for something that I'm not sure what's going to happen? But I bit the bullet. I ended up going and I completed my cosmetology license in less than a year because I would go to weekend programs if I needed to try to hurry up and start working again. And I started doing hair a little bit. It worked for several salons, and I decided that the best thing for me has always always been the face. I just love people's face. I feel like it's artistic to me to work on the face, and I just love transforming them and seeing their before and after. So fast forward, I worked at a salon for about 15 years and I started getting into microblading, another thing that scared the crap out of me because I was doing makeup and hair and I thought, I'm doing well. Why would I want to do another scary thing? So I passed the microblading class and I started doing eyebrows and doing microblading. I started doing tiny tattoos and I opened up a little studio for myself and in a sweet type of environment. And I loved every minute of growing, and I loved meeting all kinds of new people and being able to service and work with them. However, there is something that I've noticed with every leap that I've taken. I was afraid, I went and did it anyway, and it turned out fine. Something I noticed through all of this experience is that it wasn't just about all the services I was doing, it was about all the people I was meeting and coming across and learning about. Throughout all of these 25 years, I realized that makeup is what makes you glow. But the courage and the struggles that women face are actually what helps us grow. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I am scared about starting this new journey with you guys, but something I did learn in my own journey is I have done uncomfortable things in my life, but I also grew from each of my experiences. I have met a lot of entrepreneurs during my journey, and I decided to create a platform where we can embrace women in their entrepreneur challenges and struggles. I will be doing makeup transformation on these beauties as well as interviewing them to share their stories, how they overcame it, what were their challenges, and what type of advice would they give all of our viewers. My hope is by interviewing all of these women and sharing their stories that you will find your own story. So if this resonates with you, and if you're in a season of wanting more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with someone who needs the encouragement, because every woman deserves to glow and grow. My first episode airs on March 9, so I will see you guys there.
Something that I forgot to mention in my video is I also did makeup for fashion shows, and during that time I was learning about speed because I had to do 10 girls in less than 2 hours. Like, I had to do 2 girls at the same time just to get them out because I was the only makeup artist that was doing all these girls. So that taught me how to go faster in my makeup application. And another thing that I had learned through my journey is I came across doing bridal makeup work. I started growing my work with brides. I connected with the owner of the salon that I worked at. We became good friends, and her and I started doing more weddings and bridal work, and got to work with a designer as well for doing their campaign and everything like that. And also I used to do a lot of photo shoots with one of the photographers that I met like years ago, and we became really good friends. So him and I do a lot of photo shoots together. We've done a lot of magazines and a lot of work together, and he introduced me to the curvy world. I got experience from doing magazines and editorial, and I just took a chance in anything that came across me. If I was asked to do a makeup for a magazine or for a photo shoot or for a bride or whatever it was, I just said yes, despite being somewhat introverted, and my career has taught me to be more extroverted and get to meet more people, so I'm kind of in the middle of both. All of this was of taking a chance and saying yes and meeting new people. You never know who you're gonna meet, who you're gonna come across. My advice to you is to take a chance in yourself. Do the things that scare you the most, but is towards your dreams. Know that you are unique, you are different. No one has ever seen you before, and your perspective counts. Coming from a young introverted who's too nice, but I've become a woman who's grown out of my shell, became more confident in myself. I am confident in my work. Now, seeing all the work that I've done while creating this video has made me emotional and proud that I've done so much. And when you look back at everything you've done and make yourself proud, that's how you build more confidence. Look at everything you've done, from graduating high school, a mother, finishing college, starting a job that you thought you never could get, or becoming an entrepreneur. Take a chance in yourself because no one else is going to do that for you. So don't be afraid to live and enjoy your life and be the best version of you. I hope you enjoy my series because all of these women have a beautiful story to share with you, and I hope it encourages you to find your own story. Thank you for watching.